Technology defines us, and behind the technology lie the decision makers. They sit in boardrooms and make hard decisions, and the decisions they make sometimes become the stuff of legend. They affect how we communicate, how we operate, and the very value of our life. They are the CXOs. Jussi Heikkinen. He is currently the Vice President Corporate Relations for India, the Middle East and Africa for Microsoft Devices. From his campus days at the prestigious Tampere University of Technology to one of the world's most powerful corporate boardrooms, Jussi has always been a man with a mission. His is an inspiring story of what great skill and sheer determination can do. He cites his strongest professional asset as being able to drive the organization from vision to results in numerous contexts. We caught up with Jussi recently in Nairobi to talk of the merger between Microsoft and Nokia and what the impact of this deal in the world of technology means.
My name is Jussi Heikkinen. I'm Vice President for Corporate Relations for India, Middle East and Africa. And basically I'm taking care of Nokia's government relations, external relations and innovation partnerships. Last September, Nokia announced, or board announced that Nokia decided to sell the devices and services business to Microsoft. And it took quite a few months for us to get the regulatory approvals around the world. And finally, on 25th of April, the deal was closed. And then Nokia Devices and Services team, basically the handsets part of the business, was transferred to Microsoft. So basically, we've been working with the Microsoft guys since the announcement of our new strategy, where the Windows Phone was our primary smartphone strategy. So basically, we have very good relations with the Microsoft team since several years. I personally have been working with Microsoft very closely since 2011. Of course, now the idea is that we start looking at how to collaborate even deeper. Today, still, we are very much continuing in the old way of operating. It's going to take time to merge two giants. So currently, we're still very much in the old setup, but a lot of collaboration going on in shared programs and exercises. Yeah. No. Basically, what Microsoft did, Microsoft bought the talent of Nokia, the understanding of how to run a mobile business. And if you look at now Microsoft strategy, it's very much built around two pillars: cloud first and mobile first. So the Nokia team has a very significant role now in the new devices, Microsoft Devices group. So very much at the heart of new Microsoft strategy. So no complex. I think that it's good for everyone now. The reality with Nokia was that Nokia had three big businesses. Nokia had the handset business, we had the HERE business, and we had the network business, so Nokia Solutions Networks. And the reality was that we didn't have enough cash to invest in R&D and marketing of all of those three. So now that we are part of Microsoft, it's going to be much better, also for our partners. Joint offering, very much more activities in the B2B space. A lot of new opportunities all around. Because of course, in the previous setup, Microsoft still was very much operating independently, same as Nokia. So we couldn't collaborate at a very deep level. Now, of course, we have the same family. I can't talk about future announcements, but of course there's all the time things happening. The portfolio of products is developing all the time, and we will definitely get interesting news over the next few months and during the remainder of the year 2014. Yeah, so basically, Nokia and Microsoft, we've been working a lot in the innovation space over the past years. Nokia was very much spearheading many initiatives like MLab Eastern Africa, MLab Southern Africa, and so forth. So developers and how to catalyze the growth of the local developer ecosystem has been extremely important for us. And if you look at the download numbers, millions and millions of downloads, we really see that the Nokia and now Microsoft platforms have been very important for actually delivering locally relevant content to the local consumers. So that's going to be very much at the center of our strategy even now going forward. And I would even see that it's becoming stronger now in the future than what it was in the past. So very much focusing now, of course, on Windows Phone and really selling that story better and that opportunity better to the developers. But at the same time, what we also do and what we see is our responsibility is also to actually work with the policymakers and kind of corporate strategists and so forth in actually improving the understanding of how actually ICT plays to improvement of let's say socioeconomic development of Kenya. And ICT sector has a fundamentally important role there as a vehicle for providing people with more information, knowledge, access to services at different levels of society, all the way from rural context all the way, of course, then to the higher middle class. So we believe passionately that information, access to services, access to information is one of the key drivers for Kenya's development. I think the key challenge typically is that we have either good engineers or we have good businessmen, but we really don't have teams that bring these different assets together. And I think that when we look at the leading innovation hubs around the world, they are hubs where different talent pools come together. You have artists, you have designers, you have engineers, you have economists, MBAs, and so forth. So it's about understanding that for building a business, you need to understand the end users. You actually have to conduct a sociological, anthropological research to understand how people actually use these services, what kind of needs they have. But then on the other hand, then you also need to have enough capacity and enough skills to build the business model and so forth. And then to take the innovation to the marketplace. So we need to go much beyond apps. It's not about apps, it's about services, and services are much more complicated than just individual apps. So we have to cultivate this understanding of how do you really build businesses that can scale.